Hello and welcome to Baking on a Budget. Now, this time what we have is a really easy croissant recipe. We're going to make our own croissant. They're going to be absolutely delicious. There's a couple of ways to make these, but we're going for a really easy method. Got everything we need over here, and I'm going to run through the quantities of this, tell you exactly how much it all costs. To begin with, we have 240 millilitres of whole milk, and that cost me 14 pence. We've got 1 teaspoon of sugar, which is about 2 pence. We've got a pinch of salt, which we can't really cost. We've got 2 eggs at 28 pence. We've got 420 grams of strong bread flour, and that is 47 pence. And we've got 200 grams of butter at £1.28. Total cost of this, £2.14. I'm saying we're going to get about 12 really nice large croissants out of this, and that's going to make them about 17 pence a piece. So first thing to do is make the dough. With that, we need to warm the milk. So I'm going to put the milk in this small saucepan. I'm going to stick it on the hob just until it's lukewarm. The milk is warming. What we'll do is we'll get the yeast into there. That's 1 packet of dried yeast. I believe there's 8 grams in a packet. And to that we're going to just add a decent teaspoon of sugar. And we can just mix all that together in there. Rightio, a couple of minutes later and the milk has warmed sufficiently. As I say, just lukewarm this wants to be. It doesn't want to be too hot, but we do want to take the chill off it. So I'm going to stir that all in, make sure it's nice and well combined. Then I'm going to set this aside for about 10 minutes. I just want to make absolutely sure that the yeast is okay. This is quite a complex recipe and we don't want to have any errors with the yeast. So set this aside, it'll gather a froth on the top, and then that will be ready to go. We await the blooming of the yeast. We can get the flour into the bowl. As I say, that's 420 grams of flour, quite a lot of flour in this. And we're going to put a pinch of salt in there. And I have an egg already beaten, ready to go into the mix. At this point, as you can see, the yeast has bloomed somewhat. Quite confident with that, that's good. We can just get that salt mixed in there. And then the milk goes in. And all the last drops of that yeast out of there. That's good. And the egg can go in as well at this point. Very good. Now, we're just going to bring this together. Again, if this is a little bit of a sloppy dough, we can easily add a little bit more flour. If it becomes too dry, we'll just add a little bit more warm water. So the idea is bring it together with a spoon or something like that, and then get the hand stuck in. Right, that's okay with a spoon. Let's just see how that feels. You can normally tell if it feels too wet or too dry. As soon as you get your hands in, you can sort of tell that, you know. That's a little bit wet, but I think it will sort itself out when we start giving it a quick knead. But we'll get that together like that, and then we'll get this out onto the bench. Right, it's got it all, which is good. Now we don't need to knead this for a long time. It's going to get quite a bit of work during the process of making croissant. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to knead it until it smooths out a bit, until we get a nice smooth springy dough. And we'll see how that goes. After a few minutes, that's a lot less sticky and much smoother, and that I'm saying is going to be okay. So we'll just form that into a ball. So I have the bowl with just a drizzle of oil in the bottom to help that stop sticking. I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to cover it with a tea towel, and that's going to sit in the oven with just the light on for about 1 hour. We want that to approximately double in size. That'll probably take an hour. Okay, the dough is almost there, but what I want to do before we take that out is just really soften up this butter. It's quite soft. I've had it standing in the kitchen for a while, but what I'm going to do is stick it on the hob just until it starts to melt, and then I'm going to try to beat it together so it would actually be spreadable with a brush. If you can see that, I've just got that over a really low heat, and the idea is I just want to break it down. I don't want it to go all liquid. I want to keep some of its body, but I do want it to be able to be spreadable with a knife. I think that's about it. I think if I just work that from this point on, it will indeed come together. So just continue to work that It should spread easily over the dough. It's not too sloppy, and we've got the majority of the lumps out of there. So that's pretty good. I'm going to set that aside, and then I'm going to get the dough out of the oven. Just over an hour of proving. That dough is looking just fine. So we're going to get it out onto the board. We are going to knock the air out of it, or any built up gases. That should do it. Right, now we want to divide this into, I think I'll do 8 separate pieces. So we'll do the 8 pieces. So I'm going to cut that down the middle, cut that in half, and then cut that in half. So we want 8 pieces, more or less the same. You could weigh these if you wanted to. I don't think it's going to be necessary here, so I will just get it as close as I can. I'm just going to set some of those aside on the tray so that I have plenty of room to work on the board. And what we want to do is just get this into a round. Like so. Now, we'll get a little bit of flour on the board, a little bit of flour on the dough, and we want to roll this out to about a 7-inch or 12 centimetre round. That's getting there. We've got just about 7 inches there. I'll just tidy that up a little bit, and that will be okay for the first one. That will do it. Now I'm going to put that on this plate. I'm going to get my brush. I'm going to brush butter over that pastry round. Getting a few lumps ain't going to hurt, but we just want to get that nice and covered with the butter. Okay, that one done. It's simply repeat the process with the rest of these. More flour on the table, flour on the board, sorry. We've got our round, we've got our rolling pin. Same thing, rolled out to about 7-inch round. Right, 8 slices of that later. Each one, I don't know if you can see, has got a layer of butter in between it, plonked on top of the other one. Now, what we're going to do with it is cover it in cling film and stick it in the fridge. It can stay in the fridge for any amount of time. I mean, 15 minutes, 20 minutes would be a minimum. You could very well leave it overnight. It's just to allow this dough to rest and to stiffen up a bit before we actually roll it out and form it into the croissant. So we've got this back out of the fridge. It's been in there quite a while actually. Other calls on my time appeared, but that's okay. We have the dough and we want some flour. Oh, Lila's here today supervising again.
A ball in the ball.
Yes, I know. It's a big piece of dough. And it's going to get rolled out, believe me. Yeah. Can you leave it for a second? Thank you. Right. So we have our dough here from the fridge. We're going to pull that out and stick it on the board. And now what we want to do is roll this out into a larger circle. This wants to end up at about 14 or 15 inches, which is a sizable circle of dough. So we're going to start rolling that out, see how it all goes. Looking good. Spin that round.
Okay.
And do it again. Yes. No. You've stabbed me door. Get off me door. I'm sure that won't make any difference. Do that. Right. I think this is looking pretty good. So I'm going to get my tape measure and tell you exactly what we want. Right, 12 inches. A little bit more to go, right? 12 inches. We're just going to get 14 on the board actually. So I'll roll it out to 14, I'll keep going, and I'll come back when we've got it all rolled out. Yes, right, we're back, and we are now at 14.5 inches by just about 14.5 inches. That's going to do me. Okay, we've got the dough, and that's about the right shape. Now, just again, by eyeball, I'm going to cut that right down the middle. There it is. And I'm going to cut it down the middle this way. And if we go 1 and 2 on each of those, so we're going to take that one that way, and we're going to take this one this way, and we're going to end up with 12 of these triangles. Essentially, that's what we're trying to achieve here, and they want to be roughly equal. Again, it's not going to worry you too much if they're not, but we want that like that. Thank you, Isla. You can help me egg wash them later if you wish. And we've got that one like that. There's a little hand here, keeps coming in trying to get my dough. What's all this about? Right, so now we have 12 triangles there. What I'm going to do is just pop these on top of each other on this side of the board. And then each one of these is going to get rolled up into a delicious all butter croissant. Some of them with vent holes. So we'll just do that, and I'll just show you how we do this with a couple of them, and then we'll take it from there. Right, now we can stretch that out a little bit, like so. Very good. Right, we've got that, and now we're simply going to roll that up on itself. There it is. And we can shape that round a little bit. These are going to practically double in size at the proving stage, so this is going to be absolutely fine. That's the first one. Alright, so I'm just going to stack these up on the board for now. And as I say, with each one it's the same. You can stretch it out a little bit if you wish. Like that. Get off it. Yep. And then roll it up. Like so. Pull it round, get off it. I know, you're very good, Isla. You're very good. Do you want to help me do this? Can you help? No, can you help me roll it? Can you help me roll it up? If we put that there. Can you get this? Get this with me? Very good, yes. Stretch it out first, yes. And then get hold of this here. Goes this way. Look, can you help? You're going to pull it that way. Oh, good girl. Yeah. And you've got some more there, yes. Right, so the procedure, as you see, folks, is the same. We're just going to stretch these out a little bit, and then we're going to roll them all up. And I'll come back when I've done that. With all of those rolled out, we can now place them on, it's just a baking tray with a piece of greaseproof paper on it. And we want to place these are going to rise. So we want to give them enough room to do that. And I think we'll get 6 on that tray like that. I've got a couple of smaller trays and we'll get 3 on each of them. But this is the idea. Now we want to cover this, leave it in a relatively warm place for about another hour. Okay, so just over an hour later, these are looking absolutely fantastic. I would definitely say they have doubled in size. So now what I'm going to do is give them an egg wash with the second egg we had in the recipe. And then these are going to go into an oven, a fairly hot oven to begin with, where you want it at about 200 degrees, and they'll only stay in there for about 5 minutes at that temperature. Then we'll drop the temperature to about 170, and then leave them in there for maybe another 8 to 10 minutes. Keeping an eye on them all the time to see that they're looking nice and crisp and golden. And I think these are going to be absolutely fantastic. Right, so just egg wash the last one. There we go. Right, into the oven they go, and I'll show you them when they come out. Okay, they are out of the oven, and I've got to say, these are looking absolutely fantastic. They're light, they're nice and light to the touch, nice and crispy on top. They're going to be beautiful layers in the middle. So I'm going to let them cool, and then we're going to come back and break into one of these and have a taste of it. In the meantime, I'll put the other batch in. Same thing, 200 degrees for about 5-6 minutes. Knock it down to about 170, 180. And what did these have? These had about 11 minutes in at that temperature. and they have turned out absolutely fantastic. Okay folks, look at these. 2 beautiful homemade all butter croissants. They smell absolutely delicious. Still a little warm from the oven, just the way we want them. Nice, satisfying crisp there when you squeeze into them. So I'm going to try a couple of these, along with a nice cup of coffee, and we shall see what we see. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at this. Beautiful layered bread. They are absolutely wonderful. There is nothing like a freshly baked croissant. And as I say, with croissant, there are a couple of ways to make them, probably a number of ways to make them. But this, by far, I found the easiest. The other method being where you would fold a sheet of butter into the dough, roll it out, put it in the fridge, bring it back out, fold it again. It takes a little longer, I believe. But this method, just with brushing the melted butter on the dough circles, letting that sit for a while, then roll it back out and cut them to shape. Very simple and absolutely marvellous. And as I say, from that recipe I got a dozen croissants, and they came out at 17p each, which I think is very reasonable. And not only great for breakfast, but great for a snack at any time. So there it is. That's how I made these all butter croissants. As I say, not really difficult recipe. Fairly simple, very inexpensive. So can I say, if you've enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you would like to see more videos like this, making very simple food, very easy instructions, and always very inexpensive, then please do consider subscribing to the channel. Many more videos to come. And in the meantime, I'm going to finish off this croissant, and I thank you very much for watching.